Hello, it's me, Philip, and I'm really nervous about this. As you can tell from the title, it's a Grandstand Astro Wars game, and I picked it up from eBay. I paid £35 plus £6 postage from Stray Lilo, and the description says fails to work when batteries inserted. Sold only as spares. Case and screen very clean and undamaged. All original and complete. No damage to battery compartment. Battery compartment lid is undamaged and clips in perfectly. So by the looks of the photos, it all looks in decent shape. Right, guess who pressed pause on the video and didn't unpause it for quite some time? This is the box as it came. So if we open the box, there is some kind of leaflet going over to Metropolis Toys. I don't know if that's where the seller got it from or whether or not the seller has a shop. I'm not sure. And inside the box is one Astro Wars game, and another little pamphlet, and inside is the Astro Wars Invader from Space. Shoestring detective game, I've never seen that. Kevin Keegan's Match of the Day. And Bigger Game Soccer. And on the back there is a power adapter, and it looks like they do radio controlled cars. A Jaguar and a Dune buggy. So that's what was in there. This is the game as is. There's a few scratches here if you catch the light right, and there's some on the screen there. So, but all in all, it is in good condition. So to test it, what I did, I got my power supply. The seller already says it doesn't start from the batteries, so it's no point putting batteries in, and I don't think I've got any. So I just hooked it up 6 volts to my power supply, and it's negative voltage, negative polarity. So I plugged that in there and nothing happened. So I open it up, easier said than done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screws, and I opened it up, and this is where I'm up to. So this is the red and black leads coming from the battery terminals, and it looks like the negative black lead comes down to the jack plug and goes straight to the board, but the positive lead comes to a pin on the jack and then comes out of the jack and goes to the board. So it's switching off the positive when you put a jack in. When you power it by the mains, it turns off the batteries. So if that switch is faulty or just corroded, it's not going to let you use the batteries. So we can test that by going to continuity. With no jack in, I should have continuity from the red to the red. It's kind of jumping all over the place. OL open. So I think that's just a dirty jack. wondering if I can just... I might be able to just spray some cleaner in there. So I'm going to give this a spray with some contact cleaner. See if we can loosen it up. Right, that seems to have done the trick. So that should run from batteries now, if I have some. If I don't have some, I can connect my power supply to the terminals. In fact, if I put my multimeter on there, which is the positive terminal, and it should come down to here, and it does, and obviously the other terminal, the negative, comes down to there, which it does. So that is a good start. This little wire seems to have broken off here. Look at that, that's not very good, is it? So that needs to be soldered back onto there. That yellow one looks a bit damaged. Does that mean I'm going to have to take the board out? Actually, I might get lucky. Do they just come out the side? They do. And the solder in there. So what I'll do is I'll pop a bit of solder onto there, and we'll see if we can get that little piezo working. How on earth are you supposed to put these things back in without them falling back out? That's ridiculous. Do you have to put it back together upside down? You can't put it back together upside down because the piezo is going to fall out. This cannot be the right way to do it. You must have to put these together upside down. Oh, Philip, you're an idiot. What a stupid blooming thing. They were obviously redesigned for the Grandstand Firefox. I don't want to put any tape over the piezo because it'll muffle the sound. Got an idea. I've taped all the buttons on. So hopefully that's in the right place. Feels okay. This is terrible. Plug that back in there, that back in there. See if we can get some display in view. Switch the power supply on. Plug my cables in. Okay, we'll switch on. Well, I start, but then it stopped again, so I've switched it off. We'll switch it on again. If I press start, that's it. It's gone off. It has gone off. It started again. There's a demo. So there's me levels 1, 2 to 4. Start. Off. It's gone off again. Is it this? No, it's gone off again. No amps. I'm wondering if it's just this. It's, do you know what it is? It's the power button here, look, watch. It's that. So if that was screwed down properly, that would work. So I'll take this back off and I'll clean up that switch. Turn off my power supply before I short something out, which I'm quite fond of doing. Take that back off. Yeah, it was turning on and off because of this switch in here, not pressing down. So I'll just clean a bit of that up. It's got a little bit of dirt on there, and while I've got it open, yeah, I'll put a bit of dissolve it on. I'm going to treat myself to a new cotton bud. That's it. I'm sure once it's all back together and screwed down properly, it'll be champion. So I'll put a very thin layer of deoxit on there. See if my trick can work again. I think it has. I don't think that spring's working properly. That's it. Okay, if I hold that down, I can get a couple of screws in the bottom. That holds that in place. Before I put the top on, I'll try it again. Yep. Right, that's working fine. On, off, on, off, and on. Right, spot on. You know, I very rarely get the simple fixes like this. So, I won't be complaining about me not learning anything new in this video. See the two at the bottom, I've got to go underneath this piece, and look at the colours. The colours are just bits of tape, bits of plastic held on with tape. That's how they used to do it in the olden days. And that's it, that's back in. Pop these 4 screws back in. I'm pleased the little piezo worked and I didn't have to dismantle it further to put some new cables on there. There you go. So that's it. Not a bad little buy. £41. A little 10-minute fix. There you go, as you can see. Select button's working. That just increases the speed. Start works. Left and right. And fire. Great. So that came boxed. So that can go back in the box. I'm not going to check. I don't think I've got any batteries. Well, I can't find any batteries, so I'll just have to leave it as that. I'm 100% sure that'll run off batteries now because the fault was the corroded power jack. So that can go back in there. That can go on a shelf somewhere because I do have another one to look at. I was going to keep this next one for another video, but I think I'll open it up on this one. I think I'll open it up on this one and we'll see what it looks like. And if it's a straightforward fix, great. If it's not a straightforward fix, I might leave it for another video. So this one is also boxed. Grandstand Astro Wars, $29.99, £5 postage, £35. Comes with a box and manual. See all photos, what's included. Lovely condition with original box and instructions, but sadly does not power on. So, what I'll be able to do is, if I can get this one working, I'll keep one for myself with the good box and the manual and sell the other one on and try to make a little bit of cash back. As you can see, this one came really well packaged. These are made out of starch. If you put these in water, they dissolve. This is fragile. The box is in similar condition. There's the manual. Actually, this box has got an extra bit in. That wasn't in the other one. This one is, the top's a little bit nicer. What's that? The battery compartment is lovely and clean. Yeah, that's in really nice condition too. No complaints there. I'm not sure if it needs a manual for what it is, but there's the manual. I suppose it's a nice bit of vintage gaming history. Right, what's the chances of this switching on with the power jack? I kind of get two of these working, kind of. Right, power supply switched on. The game is off. Outputting 6 volts. And we'll switch on. Nothing. Nothing, and no amps are being drawn. So it's completely dead. Which could be a good sign, because the fact that it's completely dead might mean that it's a broken wire rather than something like a chip going short circuit. So we'll undo these 4, which hold the silver top in, and we'll put our hand on the control part and see if we can pull this forward. And that's how you take it off. Right. The battery contacts are still on. Just see the negative one in there. So we'll have to take off this part. Can we see anything down there? No signs of burnt components, hopefully. I don't know about that switch, it might feel a bit gummy. These are the 3 smaller screws. Right. Hopefully we're going to see some gunk on the power switch here. Oh dear, it looks absolutely clean as a whistle. So what we'll do is we'll put 6 volts in here and we'll measure here to make sure we've got 6 volts going to the board. And we do. So that's working. Can we short that? Nothing. So the power comes to this side of the switch. Yeah, and it needs to go to that side of the switch. So the switch just basically shorts those 2. And we get nothing. Right, this is going to have to come out and we'll have to have a look at the circuit board. So the circuit board's just held in by 4 screws from the front. Right, nothing on the back. Oh, have I put that piezo upside down on the other one? Because I'm sure that other one was that way. I'm sure it was. Somebody must have been in before. There's a little MOSFET there. I cannot see anything damaged. I think I'll have to take it all out and check this first. Base, collector and emitter. There's a little transistor here, a couple of transistors here. That'll lift out apart from the battery terminals, which I think I'll just desolder. I'll have to remember that the negative goes on the top, positive goes on the bottom. You can tell you're working with leaded solder from the olden days when they come off as easy as that. Now, see, oh God, see that bottom capacitor? It's all coming out the bottom. I don't know if it's like that from new, but I think it's worthwhile pulling that out and having a check of it. Negative is at the bottom of the board. There. I'm not sure if it's 330 microfarads, 10 volts. I've got a basic component tester here. If I can remember how to use it. Put across. Nope, that's not working. Oh yes, capacitor. 126 microfarads. 0.41 ESR. 126 microfarads. And I've got 330 microfarads. So it's well out of spec. I wonder if I've got a replacement. $330. That should do. What volt? It was only 10 volts, wasn't it? Yeah, 10 volts. $330, 25 volts. Let's pop it in the tester just to see what it comes up as. In just a second, it's got these long legs on it. 302. Close enough, I think. Right, we'll pop this one in and see if it makes a difference. It's down next to the main transformer, so I might be in luck. Those holes have sealed up. Okay, so one new capacitor If I power this on, these are going to come live, I think. Although they might not do. So, I'll give this a shot. You cannot see because of the blooming screen. So we'll pop 6 volts in here. And we'll have to short this out somehow. Right, make sure I've got no shorts. Right, I'm on. Let's see if we can use this switch to turn it on. Still nothing. Well, that's a shame. It's not pulling any amps. That MOSFET is not getting hot. Because it's not pulling any amps. Dafty. I wonder if I should just short pin 6 there to there to bypass the switch, and then I won't have to worry about switching things on and off all the time. Right, so that bypasses the switch, which I could just plug it back in and test it. I don't think it's going to make a blind bit of difference. No, but we'll test to make sure that I'm getting 6 volts. Helps if I turn my multimeter on. Yeah, 6 volts going through here up into the board. I should have some voltage on these diodes, so I could test for that. So if I go to, although this might be AC, the Firefox went to AC. If I go to AC, nothing. Nothing. Sure, I got a 4.9 there. Something's happening. Let's turn this back off. Flip the board over and we'll have a probe of the pins on this little transformer thing. So it's important to keep this out of the way, because if it hits some of the pins here, it will short circuit. I might even take that off. So the 6 volts comes to this one, comes along here to here, and there should be voltage on these pins. Let's check that. Power on. Go on to DC. I'm switched on. 5.9 volts. 5.9 volts. This is the MOSFET. 5.4 volts. At 5.9 and 0. There's another one up here by the looks of it. So we're getting power to here, out of here, diode mode, onto this I think that one seemed to work. We'll go on to these up here first. 1.8, 2.9, 1.6, 2.8. They were the same. There's another one down here. 0.6, 0.7, open and open. That suggests that it's alright. Let's check these Zener diodes. Open and 0.7, 1.9 and 0.7. sure Zener diodes should only let the current flow one way, but it is in circuit. I'm going to have a closer look underneath the microscope. I'll tell you what, it's annoying having the main chip under there. I wonder what they are. C945. They're the same. C945 and C945. So I could test them. I'm wondering if I'm getting a different reading. 2.8, 0.7, 2.4, 0.7. Depending on which way this one's facing. Should have 2.7. No, I won't. I've got 0.6, 0.6. Another one way around. I seem to be getting a different reading from that one. This one seems to be reading slightly different to the other two. So I think I'll take them all out and test them out of circuit. Right, so this was the one at the bottom, and they're all the same. 0.7, 0.7, and 0.7. Open, open, and open. Swap the lead round, still open. 0.7, 0.7, and 0.7, so they are all reading the same. They must all probably be good. Bugger. I may as well take that. I think that's a power transistor. I'll get my tweezers in there. Right, what have we got? NEC 882. Have I got some of them? I might have. Yes, I have. So these are the same. Right, so from whatever that is to that. That doesn't look good. 0.023. And a new one, it's open. And this one, 0.023. 0.7, so that must be a diode. 0.024. So this is gone, faulty. Another new one. Yeah, I think this has gone kaput. So I'm going to put a new one in. And I'm going to cross my fingers. Right, which way did it go? Right, it's base, collector and emitter, so it goes in facing up. The board looks awful underneath the microscope, doesn't it? We need to put these transistors back in. Thankfully they've got the indication of which way around they go. This is the test. It's got a new MOSFET there. We've got the old transistors back on in the right way. We'll pop this power supply on and we'll see if we get any form of life. Okay, here goes. Yes, we have a picture and some sound. Fantastic. I'm going to desolder this jumper wire and I'm going to put it back together, see how it plays. I seem to be missing a button for me fire. I'm sure there's supposed to be a pad. Check the video, see if there was one. Yes, there was one. There it is. So where's it gone? I've got a feeling it's going to be under here. No, it's not. Can it be 4? Right. I found it on the floor next to me feet. Okay, that goes back on there. And hopefully that'll sit. The only thing you've got to worry about is a spring for the fire button. These were the little screws. So it's this screw in the middle that pulls probably the one that's more important for the start button. They feel okay. Right, let's give that a try. Here we go. Oh, that's loud. Blimey. Wow, that's really loud. God, I prefer the that's working anyways. God, it is loud. I tell you what, the piezo facing the other way is a little bit better. So I think this is the last piece. How did I do it last time? It's got to go in there at the top and then press the bottom end. So that is 2 working Astro Wars games. One cost me £41, this one, and this one cost me £35 if I remember correctly. I'm just going to have a look on eBay, and this is the one I bought. I mean, that's crackers, that's mint boxed, £200. Howie, £400. 78 watchers to see if that's going to sell for £400. box is about the same condition as what I've got. So what's the sold prices? £160, £41.50, £62, £49. So £90. Blimey. So £50, £60 for a working one. Boxed. You could ask up to £90, £70, £90 for a boxed one. Prices are just going absolutely crazy on eBay. I mean, I was looking for a Game Boy. I wasn't looking for a Game Boy, I was looking to see how much the Game Boys were going for. I mean, not turning on £40. It's just crazy what people are asking for. I searched for Game Boy faulty and I buy it now. Oh, and I'm looking at sold listings, aren't I? Game Boy faulty, £40, £52 for a faulty one. It's just insane. Insane. But anyways, there we go. I am over the moon with them too. I'll keep this one. This is the nicest one. I paid £35 for. I'll possibly sell this one on. If the prices are going to go up like that, I may as well hang on to it. But it's both. I've got the box. I've got one manual, which I'll keep with this one. And that's it. I normally don't get the easy fixes, but in this case, certainly with this one. Oh no, look what I've done. I've put that in the wrong way. I've put, oh no, I'll have to take that out and put it back in. That's no good. That's the one I want to keep. So that's it. I'm very confident that there's nothing wrong with the battery terminals, so there's nothing to go wrong with them. So even though I haven't got any batteries to test that, I'm fully confident that they're both going to work on batteries. So that's it. That's all for today's video. I don't know how long I've been recording for, but if you've watched this far, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please click like and consider subscribing if you haven't already subscribed. And that's it. So I hope to see you all in the next one.